This is the real space of the prison itself, you know?
This is the flooring.
Yeah, this is exactly the flooring.
Bobby Duvall is a survivor. He served 8 months at Fort Dumange, Haiti's most notorious prison, and lived to talk about it.
I counted 20 of them died in this cell while I was there, in my hands. You know?
20?
20, right there.
In the 8 months you were here?
In the 8 months, yeah.
Duvall, a political prisoner, was tortured and starved with hundreds of other Haitians under the rule of Haitian President Jean-Claude Duvalier, better known as Baby Doc.
They put you in a cell of 13 feet by 14 feet. You got another 20 to 30 to 40 people, depending how many died that week.
Duvall says he is alive today because President Jimmy Carter sent Ambassador Andrew Young to Haiti in 1977 with a list of 13 people he wanted freed from prison.
They sent him a letter with 13 names on it, and I was one of the last 3 alive. That's how I got out.
So the list had 13 people on it, but there are only 3 people living on that list.
On that list.
10 others had died.
10 others already had died.
Today, what's left of Fort Dumange and the prison complex next door is a crumbling testament to a brutal time in Haiti's history, when Baby Doc, the self-decreed president for life, lived richly among Haiti's poor. The Duvalier regime ended when Baby Doc was ousted in 1986 and fled to Europe to escape the accusations of his victims. So how is it possible that Jean-Claude Duvalier is back and free to walk the streets of Haiti once again? I asked Duvalier to join me to talk about his future and Haiti's. The lawyer for the former president, Jean-Claude Duvalier, called us up and said there is a place where we might be able to meet up with the former president. We are heading there now to see if we can get an interview with him. Monsieur le Président. Bien, ça va? Bien? We met at the peak of a hilltop in Haiti's capital. No bodyguards, no entourage, just his lawyer.
Most people who are accused of mass murder aren't able to walk around free and like big shots.
Reed Brody is lead counsel at Human Rights Watch, which is bringing charges of human rights abuse against Baby Doc.
This is a man accused of thousands of killings, of systematic torture, of being a brutal dictator. And he's just being treated with all the respect of a high dignitary.
Duvalier wouldn't answer most questions, but tells me Haiti is worse today than when he ran the country.
We were called the Pearl of the Antilles. There was security. People worked. You could walk around Port-au-Prince anywhere else without being assaulted.
Well, it's a classic dictator line. Of course, everybody's afraid. You have your paramilitary thugs who really killing people.
Gary Pierre is the founder of the Haitian Times and a professor at City University of New York Graduate School of Journalism.
It's the perfect time to return. It's chaos, so no one will worry about what he did because we had bigger things to deal with, and I think that's why he came back when he did.
Pierre says Haiti's current president, popular Haitian singer Michel Martelly, is not eager to see Duvalier prosecuted for crimes against humanity. Martelly has recruited Duvalier's son and former Duvalier officials to join his administration.
I don't think it's by coincidence that he came back when Martelly was president.
Bobby Duvall says he didn't believe it at first when rumors spread that Duvalier had returned.
I never thought in my mind that any day he would even take the chance of coming back that way, you know? But he did. I mean, Haiti is the land of surprises, and sure, that was a surprise.
So when you testified in court, how hard was that?
Rough.
At 62 years old, Jean-Claude Duvalier appears a shadow of his former self. His suits are expensive, but he's noticeably frail. He's back, says his lawyer, to help his country.
He's been living all these years thinking about Haiti. When the earthquake came and he heard about suffering of the people and everything, He said, no matter what, I don't care what happened to me or will happen to me, I'm going to come back to my country. And that's it. I mean, and he came back.
People don't really know why he came back, but the best guess, actually, is that he ran out of money. When Duvalier left the country, he took with him an estimated $400 to $900 million. And 25 years later, he had spent almost all of that money, except for $6 million that is left in Switzerland, but that the Swiss government has impounded.
In February 2010, a court in Switzerland released more than $4 million to Jean-Claude Duvalier and his family. But Haiti, with help from Human Rights Watch, brought a criminal case against Duvalier on charges of corruption and human rights violations. So far, the release of the money has been blocked. The first judge to hear the charges ruled the case against Duvalier should be dropped. It went to an appeals court, which is expected to decide sometime this fall whether to overturn that ruling and move ahead with the charges. Duvalier's lawyer, Renaud George, is
Why so confident?
Because we have the good laws on our side.
I don't know that we can win. I think the point is to try. The point is for people like Bobby Duval and the other witnesses, the other victims, to say, our rights have been violated, we want justice.
Bobby Duval says testifying in court against Duvalier is a victory of sorts. He still carries with him the death of a friend behind bars.
I just took Lolit and I put him on the side just to try, what are you doing, you know? You peeing. And he died.
Why does that story make you cry? Why that one in particular? You told me a lot of stories today. Why that one?
Well, he was a friend. He used to teach me how to fish, you know? And he was an innocent guy. He was just a peasant, you know, a guy who fished. So when I lost him like that, it was rough.
Do these memories come back to you all the time?
All the time, all the time. And I'm just trying to find closure, you know, but I still can't find closure. I don't know what will give me that closure. Maybe never, I don't know.
There may be some comfort for survivors of Duvalier's regime to know that the man with a reputation as an iron-fisted ruler is today a shadow of his former self.